Taylor Ball was one of my players. We just had an argument over the text this weekend.
Yeah.
I said Michael Jordan the best player. Like, he sent me back this big long clip of LeBron. Right? He's like, I had this on. I was ready for you, coach. You watch this. I was like, I watched it. It was awesome. I thought it was gonna be something. I sent him a TikTok. He sent me a big long YouTube video. Like I had time to stop, eat, like watch it.
Welcome to another episode of Connect Media, and today we got another great guest on the podcast today, Coach Tip from Pontotoc City. He is the head coach of the basketball team, and man, hey, I'm glad to have you on here, man.
Glad to be here.
Hey, for sure. But yeah, man, I want to just talk about kind of like our rivalry we had or whatnot for a second. Like, as y'all know, I used to play basketball for my city, and we used to play against their team often.
Right.
And it was some good games.
Always. Every time.
Always some good games. And man, tell me your experience about playing against us in those times.
You just wouldn't die, you know? It's like the movie Soul Man. Just let me kill you one time, man. Like every time we came in, man, it was like as soon as we started asserting some type of lead or whatever, and like you would make plays. Like you said, the good guard I had would make a play, and I just remember you just kind of, like you said, being a spark to kind of like to try to keep things going and keep it alive. And I was like, man, just let us run away so we can just get this game over with. And like coming to Houston was always an experience too, like just the atmosphere. And you like those type of games, like the crowd's into it. Me and the bookkeeper get it. What's his name? Shout out to the bookkeeper.
The bookkeeper.
He's at the table.
No telling. Oh, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
We had words one time, man.
Yeah, he was cool. I remember him. I can't remember his name. But
yeah, man. Me and him, we had it out, and that's the type of stuff I like. You know, I don't take it home. You know, it's all passion in the moment. And I just like the fact that. I just don't like going in there. It's like we just dribbling them. Like this is not 1920. It's not when basketball first started. I just like to have some type of emotion behind every game. Win, lose, or draw. I don't like to have those melancholy games where it's just kind of just bland.
Yeah,
you know.
Cause shoot, like I remember, like what I loved about your team, especially when I played against y'all. Like y'all, like I was saying earlier, the culture y'all have. Like you can tell when you play against Pontotoc, like they are one. Right. And you had always, to me, like some of the smartest players, like how they play, their emotions was in check, in check and everything. So that's why I always respected you as a coach and your players, because like what y'all had together was something special.
It was crazy because when I first got there, that's kind of when we started playing against each other.
Yeah.
Like I was playing like 10 deep, I want to say. Like everybody had a sub, like every position had a sub. Right. And that also helped out along, and the way the style we played, like we ran, so it really helped along with what we wanted to do. And everybody believed in everybody, like they did truly play for each other. Yeah, like I remember Cortland was my point guard.
I remember him. Yeah,
and then it was Day who was the backup at the time. So we had two different styles. So when Cortland, I don't know if people knew this or not, but when Cortland was out there, he could space the floor, he could shoot it. He gonna take charges. He gonna do all the plays, everything. Like he's gonna know the mastermind of getting everybody in and out of everything. But when Day-Day's there, I just threw it out like Day-Day just go play us run now. You know, so we could be under the control for a second, and now we're like controlled chaos with two different groups. And then we had Minaj come off the bench, can hit three after three, you know, and so it just. We was like two different teams, and you know, I think Rock was maybe a sophomore or junior at the time.
Yeah.
And,
tall, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of like the nucleus of everything, you know, because he could post you up. He's 6'6", could post you up, can handle it, could shoot the three. He could do it all. He went on to play college ball, Cortland also. We had quite a few out that group. Yeah, so it was good that we could have a team, but then have two different styles by personnel that we put out there.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. A lot of coaches can't say that.
Right. I felt it. I didn't know what to expect. But you know, things worked out for me. I was blessed to have it work out the way it did.
Yeah. What was so special? I'll never forget when we played y'all at home, because that was like my dad's, I want to say like first game Like my dad, he didn't really come to my games till I got good.
Okay.
But he did that for a reason. Like don't waste my time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get good. Like you want me to come?
Yeah, I'll come, but hey.
So anyway, but that was special to me because when y'all came, I had to put on the show because like he was there, and a lot of people, they probably thought, you know, he wasn't a part of that journey. No, he was every night, every day with me. So that meant a lot to me, and for me to be able to do what I did when y'all came to us was a special night for me. Right. And even though, I hate to admit, we lost that game. Yeah. We lost that game.
You lost all of them.
we lost against y'all at home. I hate to admit it. But I tried my best to win that second one for sure. But it was some good games.
It was, definitely.
It was, for sure. But yeah, my first question to you, man, like, what sparked your passion for basketball, and how did that lead to you coaching?
I didn't have a passion to coach basketball. I stated this before. I wanted to be a special education teacher when I first got out of high school.
Yeah.
And I was just at the right place at the right time. I started working at Ashland Middle School. Okay. And the middle school coach was Coach George Godwin. And he still come to my, like, he sneaks, it's crazy, he still sneak and watch me coach to this day. Like, I don't even know, he'll be in Pontotoc, I don't even know it.
Yeah.
And he just decided he was gonna retire. Like, and it was like, hey, look, you young, I'm just 24 years old. You're young, you just take them. And that's, I'm like, okay. I didn't know anything about coaching, so I was a YouTube guru. I was getting plays, everything from like just YouTube and Googling and just kind of this. I talked to a few, like Coach Terry was one of the people that I talked to. Coach Godwin, I leaned on him, and it was few like D'Anthony TIpler, the one that played for me, that ended up going to Coastal Carolina and played at Northeast.
Wow.
And his dad, like he was, we had talks like and had several people. I had a good core group around me that I could talk about basketball about, and you know the fans will let you know quick, man, how sorry you are. If
you ain't got to tell them. I know. Hey.
So you know that's one thing about Ash. I love them to death, but they will definitely let you know in real time how they feel about you.
Hey. Yeah.
So coming out of high school, I never had a thought about coaching. It was just kind of put in my lap, and then it just sparked my interest so much, and I had what you call like a fear of failure. So I knew I had these kids in my lap. I don't like losing, so I just figured it out.
So, man, like, that's crazy because, of course, when I first saw you, you know, we never talked, but we saw each other, of course. But I always thought, like, yeah, he know what he doing over there. So I always just thought you always been in I always thought you always been into it. No. So, but dang, it's a small world. But you said something that is so vital, your support, the team around you, the people around you. That's something I realized growing up in the younger days and now, that, man, the people around you is the most important thing.
Even the people that, the negative comments, even the people that don't believe, sometimes that's driving too. So it's all about how you look at it. I take everything personally. So it's like I'm gonna show, like I'm gonna prove it.
You know, you don't see that a lot. You know, especially kind of in my generation and the younger. You know, they kind of, not all of them. I can't speak for all of them, but the ones I've seen, they kind of not as tight about stuff. Like if they do, they go over the top.
Usually it's about the wrong thing that they go over the top about.
Yeah, it's like, you should just
you should have been bothered by the other I get that. And I can say, you know, I've been coaching around 20 years. So I can also say I can tell a difference in today's time versus how it was, 2 decades ago when I first started. And I started with junior high, so that was a good thing too. And people would ask me, are you ready to move? And I was nervous, honestly. I didn't want to because I felt like somebody would know more than me and I would just get out coached. And I was nervous to kind of take that on. And then it finally got to a point where, you know, it's like a revolving door when it comes to coaches sometimes. And Coach Terry was getting kind of where he was ready to retire. And I got nervous, like, man, I better get it while I can before somebody else's. And I was lucky that the young group that I had, I coached them all through junior high. And once they went to high school, I was able to go with them and kind of acquire an older group that I've had before.
Right
in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So everything worked out perfectly, honestly, because the first year, I think we got put out right before the quarterfinals. Then the following year we went to Jackson and got beat in the semifinals by 1 in overtime. Then we made it back, won it, and then we made it back again to that's when Oklahoma had the super team.
I remember.
And
I actually remember, yeah.
We held on to the third quarter, and then third quarter the wheels just fell off and it was over. So, and that was my last year there. So I feel like, and that was also that group that went from junior high on up. That's when they graduated. So I felt like I kind of fulfilled my obligation, being there 14 years and seeing a group that I started with junior high come up and see them out. You can never not leave somebody hanging. Yeah, that's one thing about, like, you hate to move on because you feel like you're leaving somebody or leaving somebody behind or not doing right by them.
Yeah, because most of their values are your values.
Right, and then it's like, when is the perfect time to leave? Because no matter what, you're gonna have a group that's younger that you've coached.
Yeah.
So, but I just felt like it was time for me to go at that point to see, like, I want to go to a bigger school to see how I evolved as a coach, I guess you could say, and put in an application in Pontotoc. And I didn't even think they would call me back, honestly.
Really?
Right. And I put one at another school, and and I thought I was gonna go to the other school, and Pontotoc, they called me back. I was actually surprised. I
and been there ever since. That's
right.
Crazy. And so, like, I know you said something about, like, you feared that leap to going to, like, the high school coaching because you felt like the coaches might out-coach you.
Right.
So this question, like, can you walk us through a game where you had to make a split decision that changed everything?
Man, that's the hard one. Thinking back, man, it's been so many games that we've been, like, 20 years is a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So it's been a lot of things. And I could say this, and I spoke about this earlier. We can draw up all the plays in the world. And you notice, how many times have you been in a huddle and a coach draw, we're gonna do this, this is where you at, and nobody does what they're supposed to do.
We had it a couple of times.
And my thing, have you ever seen me with a clipboard?
I haven't.
So
that's crazy.
What we try to do is anything that could possibly happen in the game, we try to already have something in place for it. Or we do something over and over and over again just to make you think one thing, and then we'll have the counter for it. Yeah. For those certain situations. Like one year when we beat Starkville to go into overtime, we had run this baseline out of bounds play over, and I'm talking about the whole entire game, and then we had a counter for it to go into overtime. There was one time Yazoo City had an amazing scout report us on one time, and I think they ended the score like 30-something to 20. That was like a low-scoring game. Like, we only beat them by 3 or 4 to go to Jackson.
What year was that?
You remember? Man, don't ask me years. It was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, because it was cold.
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. That's when we had Rock, Joe Hayes, Gavin, like we had all the 6-footers. Yeah. Kind of this, we was kind of big and fast at the same time.
I remember, yeah.
And that was kind of that there. So we ended up winning by like 2 or 3. Man. And I can say it wasn't nothing that I necessarily did. I always say that the kids can make or break you. The kids will always make a coach look better or worse than what they actually are. Yeah. So I'll say that it's been a whole bunch of times that I've been in sticky situations, and I would say that the kids got me out of it.
Yeah, I mean, because
they got me out of it.
They definitely they the ones making the decisions out there.
Right. There's been plenty of times where I might have should have called a timeout, and I just let them play, and it's to see. And sometimes when they got the confidence, they know you got confidence in them. Yeah, it works itself out.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how our coach was. Like with the drawing board, like we normally just ran one play. Yeah, like we was all about attack, running the floor. We want to make you tired. Right. And play full court defense. So the only time he would really like write up something was to just try to throw them off. Like, oh crap, they might go to that. But that was rare. That was rare. But yeah, I remember that time, random time where we used to play y'all. We had, I'm trying to think, what year was that? Can't remember if we played y'all in 2020 or 2019.
I came in 2018.
But yeah, that was 2018. I don't think I played y'all.
I think it was 2019 when we played it.
Yeah. See, like that year.
It was 2019.
That year we was supposed to go to the state, but we didn't. We had got I don't know if you remember, we played against Holly and we got cheated. We were supposed to play
where y'all playing, man?
At Holly.
No.
Yeah, and that game, now they play third rounds at different places.
Yeah.
What happened in that game?
Really?
Oh, we got cheated.
Oh wow.
They shot like 42 free throws. I'll never forget.
That's crazy.
We had 6 players foul out. One of our starters didn't foul out. I fouled out, and the rest of our starters.
Yeah, I had managers playing and stuff.
I had a target on my back because like I never had that happen. I don't know if you ever had this. Like soon we walked in there, I was hot. Like it was third round. The other rounds, like I was probably averaging like almost 20, right there at least. And when I walked in there, they was like, "We're 13." I'm looking at the crowd. Their crowd, I'm like, they ain't never did that.
Right. Holly Springs is different. I like the atmosphere there. It was a whole bunch of big
It was
rivalry games
different.
there,
They're like, "Where is he?" I'm looking. Oh. Hey.
Here.
And they was just looking. I was like, something ain't right. And then I don't know what it was, but man, I couldn't touch nobody. You know, we played full court. I couldn't touch. And they fouled me out. They got me out of there. I scored 6 points. And we lost by 6. And I was averaging
20.
You see?
Right.
And I was like, man, if I just had 10. But if I had just 10.
I just need 5 more minutes, right?
So yeah, that's what happened. I just remember that year because what you said about Yazoo. We was supposed to play them in state because we was like, yeah, we going to play Yazoo. You know, but we was serious about them too, but that happened. But yeah, my next question was how, kind of similar to earlier, how do you build a strong team culture at Pontotoc?
Man, I think that like the kids might not see it at all times, but I try to show as much love as I do, like hard, stern coaching, which I can be aggressive.
Yeah.
And I try to install the love part on it. Parents might not think so, kids might not think so at the time, but I do. And then they all know that if they call me, I'm coming in, like for whatever they need. Like literally, not just no figure of speech. If they, hey coach, this and this going on. Like I've been in several crazy situations because they thought enough of me to call me, and I just try my best to be there for them. And once a kid, if they're raised right, if they see that you're going out of there, out of your way over and over, and this is not just because of basketball, that you can get a different side of them sometimes.
Yeah. You can. That's what a lot of young kids or people need is clarity. I mean, they need support. If they feel like they got somebody behind them, they'll do anything. Like I'm a prime example of that. My coach, he was behind me. Even though he chewed me out when I messed up, but like he chewed me out. Like a lot of people didn't know how he used to talk to me, but I needed it. He needed to say. But then after that, I know he's saying that because what I'm doing, not because who I am. And I feel like that's what a lot of
one of my assistants, man, when he left to go back home to coach, he talked to the guys. He said, I just want to say something to the young guys. Don't listen to how he said it. Listen to what he's saying. Yeah. So that goes a long way too.
It does.
Sometimes you can be sensitive to stuff and listen to the tone of versus what's being said. So yeah, I got that problem sometimes.
I remember in my younger, like 10th grade, 9th grade, I would play kind of like soft or whatnot, and halftime coach would just chew me out in front of everybody, calling me all kind of words, and I was like, man. and they all looking like, you gonna let him talk?
Right.
But I realized like it's what I'm doing. Like he right.
It's some truth in this. Right?
And every time he did, I would come out with a bang.
Right.
So I was like, he need to do that often. Because like,
come here.
He give me the motivation.
You
like,
need to tell me anything before we get this game started. Right.
Every time he did that, like, yeah, I needed that. So, but yeah, that's what it is. Just understanding like we're not attacking you. You know, we're not attacking your person, who you are. We just want to help. We basically want to help you. Yeah, what you doing. Right. So, but yeah, can you tell me what's a memorable moment where you saw a player transform, not just in skill but in the mindset?
Well, like I spoke earlier, man. Like I've seen a lot of kids transform in so many ways, and like I told you, I follow you.
Yeah.
And, I'm sitting here watching you in high school with a stick and camera video. I'm like, what is he doing? And, like you're a prime example of watching a kid kind of transform of what I'm thinking in my head. You trying to go play basketball when actually you're trying to actually go after your passion. I'm seeing that. I've got kids that has graduated and got businesses and knew that, you know, okay, I played a couple years of basketball and now it's time for me to do something else. Like, this is what I want to do. This is my passion. Like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. And they could have went on and played at Ole Miss and the other places and knew that I'd rather be at home and like got people went home and I gotta be with my family. You know. Yeah. This one recently just went to Brazil to play overseas and he said I want to come home and take care of my family. Like those type of things. And that's why I tell my guys all the time, what are you doing right now? You're setting yourself up to what kind of man you're going to be.
Heck yeah.
And if you being sorry right now, and don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect.
Of course,
So I'm speaking from experience. I'm like, listen, hear me out. So it's like I really try to get them at a young age to understand how they react to things now. It's how they're going to react to things as a man.
Yeah.
If they're slacking at this, they're gonna slack somewhere.
You are. Yeah.
As a man. So that's one of my biggest things. I probably do a lot of talking, probably more now. I'm getting old. So everything just gets on my nerves. I gotta talk about this right now. I'll talk 30 minutes, you know. But I firmly believe that, you know, we gotta try to change the mental so that, like you said, you can see a transformation on whatever level it is. Like I'm seeing that I didn't think just like Cortland going all the way to California out of high school. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's a long way from home. He can't just drive home when he's homesick. So to see players in their own way go out and thrive and figure it out, that it means a lot to me. And still to be able to form a group chat from Ashland to here.
That's crazy.
And they respond or they FaceTime, hey coach, tell them about what we did. Like that, you know, those are the moments as coaches, like as far as transformation, just see him transform into a man. I think that's the biggest thing that you want to see. Like see him transform the right way. Yeah.
And I'm like you said, like you see me with the stick and stuff. My coach was a big part of my success, of course. Because what I did, like I just had a person recently told me, like, man, a lot of people think I got successful when I did this, but this person said, "Nah, you were successful back then."
Right.
Because what you was doing then.
When I was in Alabama, all the way in Alabama, getting ready to play a tournament, and I look around and I see the blonde hair, and it's still, I'm like, what is he doing here? Like, is he not in school? Do they not have a tournament this weekend? So whoever said that is absolutely right, because you knew what you wanted to do, and like. Success is measured in all shapes, forms, and fashions, and people don't see that. You know, it just don't start at this; it starts.
And that, you know, all that was for this. I mean, I always knew growing up, like, cause my family, especially my dad, he owned a business, so I knew I wanted to do something like that if I could. Right. And when it presented itself, like that was it. I was thinking like that, like no lie, I was thinking like that in second grade.
Oh man.
I was like serious, but my dad told me like, be a child.
Right.
Be a kid, enjoy it. So I was like, okay. But I'm keeping it in the back of my head, like, I gotta do something with myself. Right. So as time go on, I was like, when is it gonna pop up? When is the opportunity? Yeah. And it popped up my junior year where I needed a highlight film for my season. And if you remember, my very first video was my highlight film. Right. It was my very first one. And I kind of liked it. I really like editing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just film other games. So we got a camera, and it just went from there. It just really went from there. But like I said, yeah, I was gonna go to college. I'm gonna get in that too. I was gonna go to college, but my senior year changed. Like my coach, he kind of changed on me. I hate to say it, but if he said he did, like I couldn't shoot how I wanted to shoot. It went from shoot nonstop. Like if you got a shot, shoot it.
Right.
It went from don't take that shot. Was normally a shot I can take. So he was like, why you senior year? He was like, why you confused? Like I look at him like, you told me not to shoot it. Then while I am open, I need to shoot it.
Right.
So but yeah, it was.
As coaches, man, like we forget sometimes kids are so literal.
Yeah.
About certain things, and we can cloud judgment. We can affect them in a negative, just the same way we can affect them in a positive light. That is the hard part about coaching. Yeah, is the fact that we can say, man, don't take that shot, and you might think, man, he don't want me to shoot it ever. Yeah, and sometimes it's not literal. And that's the hard part of coaching, like the balance of keeping everybody's confidence the same way, because at the end of the day, we don't want to do that. Like nobody, I hope not, like no coach wants to take anything from a player. And I had a talk with one of my players today before I came here, and I was like, man, we just had kind of like a breakdown of the whole season. Like, I know you felt like you should have maybe been out there more or this, that, like, I just finally got a chance to tell him my reasoning behind a whole bunch of things. And I was also like, man, talk to me. Like, come to my office. Like, if we can laugh and joke, in the locker room, like, come in here and let's be serious about and see what's kind of like, what's on your mind. Or come to me like, okay, coach, what is going on? But I was also able to say, with you even being upset about not playing, what did you do extra outside of that? And he said, nothing. I said, so did you show me anything? Yeah, you improved, yes, but did you show me anything that you was willing to do something extra that nobody else was doing to make sure you got my attention? He's like, nah. So I want to keep that in mind, because sometimes it's about presenting yourself, and like availability is the best thing to have, you know. And and I always use the analogy of, if I see shooters getting up extra shots, that means you put money in the bank. Okay. You put money in the bank. So when you get in a game, if you're a shooter and you take a bad shot, that's fine, because I know that you put a lot of money in the bank. So when you get ready to withdraw, the return sheet, you should have more money in your hand versus coming up empty-handed because you put nothing in there. So that's kind of my analogy on shooters.
Like, I like that. I know.
Like, if you want money, you
gotta put it.
You gotta put it in. So that's one of the things that, like, I try to, like, Pontotoc, they have all the resources. Like, I take my hat off to the to administration. Anything we need, like Coach Hurd, he's also another guy that, he's always thinking of what's the next thing that we need. So, like this year, 2 shooting guns and brand new weight room for just the basketball team. That's and soccer, and we share with a few other sports, but mainly it's right there for us. We don't have to walk down the hill to go lift, and like everything's like right there for them. So kind of proud of the situation as far as everybody's looking how we can kind of improve each other, the school facilities and the players. So.
I know that's gonna help for sure.
That's always a good thing. So that's kind of like our plan for right now. Right now, season over with. Like, you have your fun now, guys. That's good. At the spring break, fun is out the door. We're lifting and we're getting prepared right now for next year. So
that's what it's right now.
Right.
These days are the most important days, but I feel like reason why my coach did that too. I had really thought about it afterwards. Like, why would he do that? Because clearly I worked harder than anybody. Right. Like, I used to always say, like, I'm probably literally like the hardest worker in North Mississippi. I know I am. And I was proud to say that.
Right.
And I was like, why would he do that? He's seen how hard I work and stuff. Like, he actually watched me. And I thought about, like, if it probably would have went to my head. And that a lot of players we seen, when they get so good, they kind of lose track.
Yeah, they can easily lose sense of
like where they came from. Yeah, so like I feel like that's probably why he was saving me from that. Cause like I got to that point where I was so confident. I was like, I'm gonna have cameras in this gym. Right. I'm finna have that now. But
and you know, I don't know. Like I know Petty, but I don't know his rationale for telling you that. But it could be sometimes the dynamic of a team shifts too.
That too. He said that too. But like what I believe, if they don't work hard as me, don't give them the ball. If you know if I worked harder and I'm showing you in practice, I should have the ball. That's my thought.
I want you to think about this.
Yeah, I want you.
You can score 30 and still lose.
You can. No, you can't.
So this, like my thing, you can go out there and make every shot.
Yeah.
If nobody else is contributing on the other side of it, you cannot solely beat someone by yourself.
Right.
And sometimes you have to, like, I like to play fast. I like to get shots up. You know that. And some of the years, like last season, it wasn't that. We're in a 2-3 zone. Have you seen, we're in a 2-3 zone. We're doing things that I've never even done before in my life. But sometimes we have to adjust to personnel because you got to understand it's not just you that's out there.
Right.
And even though you don't put all this work in, now is it fair to you? No. But sometimes is it like what's best for the whole, even the ones that ain't did nothing or haven't tried or what's best for the whole team? Like what's gonna like help us win? Is it you scoring 30 or us playing a certain way?
So like the thing was about that whole thing was like I knew I could score, but the point guard, he didn't score a lot.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I can handle the ball. I'm gonna break it down to you.
I remember him.
He was a great point guard. I ain't knocking him, but I can I can score though.
Right.
I can handle the ball. I showed him I could do. I can run.
Was it a little stocky dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can push the ball.
Yeah.
I can go both ways.
Right.
So I wasn't trying to just score. I was trying to be a point guard because I knew I was gonna play the next level.
I get it.
So like I was saying, because we had a game where they wouldn't guard him. They back off of him. Right. So it's easy to guard four players. Yeah. So you see where I'm coming from. It wasn't, I'm trying to score a lot. It was like.
Something that's coming since like, you see this, right?
I actually play that and they have to step up. And it's going to make it harder for them to guard everybody else. Because
they're trying to save themselves right now. I get it.
That's what I was getting at. It wasn't me, oh yeah, I'm finna score 30. Like if that would have happened.
I was just giving out scenario. I know you as a player and you've never been that type to just be by yourself. About yourself.
I know you gotta have a team to win. Right. I know that for a fact.
You never been that. Never.
But yeah. But that was my analogy and stuff. Like when I see how the team was, like we had a big man. We finally had a big man. Then we had our two guards, Granddad and Crawford. They always on the perimeter anyway.
Yes.
So if you can throw it, if I even drive, they don't stop me, I'm going all the way.
Right.
Then if they stop me, I got a kick out.
Yeah, y'all did. And that,
it's just stuff that was just how I thought about it.
Right.
Now, he want to run his team how he want to run his team, but that what got me tight. Like that, it did. It was like, it is just, and the thing, why? Because I showed him in practice. I didn't complain. I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna show you.
Right.
And I did that the whole time.
Hearing you makes me think about, I wonder what some of my, I wonder what some of them say, and
but I respect him as a coach, because he's a winner, like no doubt. Like he is a winner. I told him that every time I see him, like, you are a winner.
Right.
And I always respect him. Like when he left here, he went to state again. Like that's him. That's Coach Petty. He gonna win.
Right.
So it's just that year. That's just how I felt. And of course, it was my senior year. I was like, you gotta
I get it.
You gotta let me have it. Let me fail on my own. Let me say, oh, it was me.
Okay, let's do it another way now. I see. Yeah, I get it, man.
But that's just how I felt about it, But that's in the past. I thank him a lot because, like I said, that's why I always thank him, because I wouldn't be here if he didn't teach me the things he did.
Right.
So, but it
was good mixed in there too, right?
Yeah, heck yeah, it was a lot of good. Like we used to always go to scout games together and stuff. Yeah, like we was tight.
Right.
We always talk like how you want them to come talk. I used to go talk to him in his office. We used to sit there after games and talk.
Right.
But I was like, it was confused. Like, why are you doing that?
You changed up.
Yeah, we tight. But he had other players. He was trying to get them opportunity. I get it, but Yeah.
He was trying to build for the future, maybe.
He was.
Gotcha.
But had me a little rant. But, what's a common misconception people have about coaching that they don't see from the stands?
Man, like people from the stands have to understand that we have to see things. We have to see things in real time.
Yeah.
In the stands, you seeing things in hindsight. So you get to see a play or whatever progress, whether it fails or successful. Mm-hmm. And you say, oh, why you do that? That's crazy. Why? But you seeing it after fact. We got to see in the future. We got to see, okay, let's run X, let's run whatever to see. We got to predict what this team is their behaviors and what they're going to do.
Right.
When we scouted and we watched game film and try to pick up on tendencies, they haven't. So if something fails, it's like, why they do? Oh my God, When in actuality we practice this, and this guy, we know this guy don't want to guard, or we know all these different tendencies, and they're seeing things after the fact, and we as coaches have to see it beforehand. And kind of like you said earlier, we also see what goes on in practice. Yeah. If somebody don't want to do anything or just be around, we see that.
Yeah.
Every single day. And people can get in the stands. We got a kid, Mike can come through and jump from the free throw line and dunk it. Like, why are you not playing him? I want to. I want to, And I just think that if they knew the pressures that we're under, or at least thought about it, like we want to win worse than them because our livelihood depends on it.
Yeah, I can get paid.
Yeah, like somebody can come in mid-season and say, you know what, we're gonna go a different route, and I don't think they think. It's more weight on us than it is anything.
Wait a minute, you said they can change up the coach?
Yeah, they can get rid of you whenever they get ready.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know high school was like that. I thought y'all had to stick out there.
Yeah, we signed contracts or whatever, but.
Dang.
At the end of the day, that's anything. If somebody will get rid of you, if you go to a job and they want to fire you, they can fire you.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So they just think, or they can let you know in the middle of the season, like, hey, things not working out. We're gonna go another. I'm thankful that I've never been in that situation, but it can happen.
Dang, they can tell you to kick rocks, huh?
Right, fast as you can.
I didn't know that. I thought they had to stick it out. If y'all have a losing season, it's just lose the season.
And another big thing I'm gonna go to with people in the stands, they don't know that they can make or break us just as well as I can. Yeah. If we have negativity amongst each other coming from the stands down there or with each other in the stand, that adds stress and that does not help what we're trying to do. The best teams that we had, I've been a part of, is everybody's kind of been on board.
I believe.
Yeah, everybody in it, they gotta understand the vision that I'm seeing. I might be 6 games ahead of them as far as what I'm trying to accomplish or a whole year or what I'm trying to get to. And a lot of people want right now, and right now is not always available. Sometimes you gotta be on call waiting for right now, and it's just a lot of variables that go along with it. And I know some people are knowledgeable of the game. I'm not saying that they are, but sometimes it could be a distraction. And I take things personal, which I shouldn't, but I take things personal. It's like I'm the type of person either love me or leave me alone.
Yeah.
Meaning that either you see the same vision or you're with me, or just be quiet. Because I can't stand the one that is bash you, then everything start going well.
Yeah.
I knew you could do it. I remember what you said on December the 8th. And they don't understand kids hear it.
We hear it all the time.
The kids hear it
all the time.
And it can affect, just as much as I can affect what's going on, it can affect them, And I think that's a big thing that fans need to understand. We care.
Yeah.
We want to win, just them, especially me.
Yeah.
And so, my thing is also you want me to believe in your kid but sometimes you can't believe in what we're doing or me, myself, you know, for whatever reason. And that doesn't work that way. Like, you can't expect me to believe in your kid, and you can't believe in what we're trying to do for your kid and everything as a whole.
Yeah, because your best interest is them.
It is. They might not think so.
Think so, yeah.
But it really is. If people knew, like, I put their kids over mine at times. I put their kids over my well-being. I put their kids in front of my life. My life revolves. I had to tell somebody one time, like, do you know, like, I can't help it. We got to go on this vacation. I'm like, listen, I don't have them.
Wow.
Like, my life revolves around what they do, you know? And I don't think people get how much we put in. Like, if you're going to be a good coach, how much you put into it.
Yeah, it's definitely time, because that's what makes great teams.
Right.
Sacrifice.
Right. And I try my best. That's my biggest thing, man. Like, I want the best version of whoever we have. And to enable to do that, you have to spend a lot of time with them.
You have to understand how that person thinks and
right.
tendencies, their
and
emotions.
What takes them off of who you can kind of get on, who you can't, who needs this, that, you know. And it's like one kid, I'm not going to say his name, but it was just hard for me to kind of reach him. He had moved in, and it was just hard for me. Then finally we just talked. I tell you what, I called him and we talked, and I said, once a week you got to come to my office, whether you're good, bad, whatever. Like, you got to sit down and talk to me. I don't care if it's for a minute, 10 minutes, 5. Like, you got to talk to me.
Say something.
And that kind of like opened up a lot of things for us. And even though we might have bumped heads at times, like, he believed in me and I believed in him. Like, it's times I tell you know how people, why is such and such out there? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he killing his kid. Like, you know, like, but you know, sometimes such and such is out there because they've shown certain things. You know, some things are just risk versus reward. You know, and the same token that we mess up, it's gonna be something that they bring to the table that we need. Yeah. So you gotta like just balance.
Yeah, every player has something to bring to the table. They on the team for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and like what's crazy, like we got a very talented 9th and 10th grade group. And it was hard because it's like trying to balance out everything, and like some people might have to wait a year, but they're gonna get it. And that's the hardest thing to do is wait. Right?
Yeah.
And some people are like, why is such and such not out there? He don't know the plays. Like, not one. You know, and I can kind of get really, like, I've had friends that kind of like, dude, you gotta let that go. You taking things personal. Like, it was funny, I had one friend, man. It was like, look, I'm tired of you carrying on the way you're doing with all this anger stuff. You got today and today only. Say what you got to say and get it out. And we ain't talking about this no more. I'm like, all right. And such and such and such and such. And another thing, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, it's always good to have, like, just random people that can, or people just come up like, all right, man, what's going on? You good? You know, because a lot of times the coaches, we have personal lives. And it's been many games that I had all type of chaos around me. And but I still had to have my focus where it needed to be at.
Yeah. This is how it is. And
but nobody knows that. Like,
nah, they don't.
And they down there and like, you get like, I'm about to get set off. I got a million other things going on. I'm about to get set off because I don't need you talking, not today, you know?
Nah, I remember. It's so true about the crowd thing, because my 9th and kind of my 10th, I used to hear it all the time. Get that blonde haired boy out of there. What are you doing? And so that's what you saw when you see I don't react and stuff. I just chose not to react. Even when they cheer for me, I don't.
Right, because you done seen both sides.
I seen both sides. Y'all can't really stand me. So I missed 3 shots in a row.
That's all it takes.
What in the world wrong with them?
Yeah, you changed
I just missed 3 shots. Like, it's gonna happen. Pros miss. Oh my God, you know how many shots they miss in the game? Like, but no, I understand that. When you said that, I totally understood that. So I never fed into it. Like, even before the games, I never went to the crowd. You know how you get to walk? I went to the locker room and just stayed in there.
I had to learn to do that, man. People say that I look like I'm not very approachable until they get to know me, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I always used to make it a point to like, you know, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, you know? I learned like, man, who you're cool with, you cool. Like, you don't have to overdo this, chill out. You know? And I just, like, even after games, I just started like, let me just sit back because I still hurt with such and such, but I'm just gonna sit back. So
just chill out. Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, and that's another thing, like, you want to prove as a coach. Like, any coach say, I don't care, and they can think with it. Come on, you gotta have a little bit of piece of, you know what I'm saying, something, or at least want to be appreciated. And I have to get out of the mind frame of nobody owe you their loyalty, you know, or owe you. And the whole, you can't get patted on the back every time you do something right. You know?
No, you can't. You can't expect that. You shouldn't expect it, really.
Right. So
shouldn't.
Just over the years, you know, it kind of just taught me to try to be this even keel.
Yeah.
Because nobody cared what your record was last year, how many state championships you have, none of that. The only thing that matters is right now.
What you doing right now? That's so true.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, you can have all the accolades in the world, one of the best records, and that don't matter.
LeBron is a perfect example. You see what this man doing? Are you a LeBron fan?
I'm not.
That's crazy. Who?
I'm gonna say
But okay, go ahead.
I'm not. I see what.
I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I like his game. Like, I respect him as a player.
This is hard.
I'm finna start something.
From a coaching standpoint, I look at him. He does things the right way. At what, 6'9"?
Yeah. So 6'9", 6'8".
225, 230, 40, whatever he is. To be able to do the things that he does is supernatural. And to do it at the age he's doing it is something that's
crazy.
Like, I'm gonna call this player Caleb Ball is one of my players. We just had an argument over the text this weekend.
Yeah.
I said Michael Jordan the best player. No, he sent me back this big long clip of LeBron. Right? He's like, I had this on. I was ready for you, coach. You watch this. I was like, I watched it. It was awesome. I thought it was gonna be something. I sent him a TikTok. He sent me a big long YouTube video. Like, I had time to stop, eat, like, watch it. You know, and then it made a good point in the comparison between Jordan and LeBron, where it said, like, Jordan had, like, it's one of the best, like, the GOAT and one of the best players, but LeBron had the best career because of the longevity of it. Now, that makes more sense to me because you naturally, the longer you stay in anything, the longer you're gonna break records. You have no other choice.
Yeah, you better. I mean,
or he wouldn't be like, he's an elite player. He's been playing straight out of high school and doing major things. So, if he could do it that long, that's an accolade in itself. Yeah. But you're gonna break records. Yeah. If, you know what Jordan did in 15 seasons?
Yeah, something like
whatever
that.
he did is in 15 and. It might not have been that.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it wasn't.
Here you are at what, year 20?
He had like 21, something like that.
So, like, what if Jordan would have did 21? What would his stats be at?
No telling.
And he still would got like 175 30-point games.
Like, bro.
So now it's like you breaking records off of, not default because you still got to go out there and produce.
Yeah.
But somebody got to come in the game to break those records he's breaking. And play 30 years, pretty much, you know.
Yeah,
but I think what he's trying to do is, like, he got Luka now, and he got his son. I think he's just trying to be the first at everything. So, hear me out.
Yeah,
if he can make this team put it together and win a championship, he can be the first father and son.
That'd be crazy.
Thing in the NBA to win a championship together.
That'd be crazy. A lot of people gonna put him over Michael. You know how they.
I'm just saying he's smart. You know. But my thing, he's had to take care of himself to be able to his body and do the right things to sustain this long. But he's a freak of nature. Like, just to look at him, like I said, I'm 44. I don't look like he looks right now. And so I don't hate him, but as I saw him kind of evolved as a player. He went from being humble to kind of like, well, you know, I had to put the team on my back. I hate when I had that type of stuff. That makes me cringe when he is a great player. And I'd be a fool to say he's not.
Yeah.
But I do know, what was his name? What was the guy's name in Cleveland? Dellavedova, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
he carried him in when they played the Warriors.
Finals?
Yeah.
He was playing crazy defense.
And then all of a sudden, that Joker, like, he ran out of gas. Then it was nothing. Kyrie carried the
2016?
Kyrie carried him.
You feel like he carried one?
Come on.
He did. I'm a Kyrie fan.
I am too, but when Kyrie,
he was
when he was there, like when he was hurt, it was nothing. But when he was there,
he was killing.
He killed him.
He was killing. They couldn't do nothing with him.
Killed him.
That was, to me, you know. Of course, I didn't get to see Michael Jordan live, but that was the best finals I ever seen.
That was a good one.
That 2016.
True.
For a while I watched.
You just got to think about back then, man. They could fight and keep playing.
I know.
Like, they have a little like. People laugh at Semi-Pro, the movie.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, like that's what really happened in the 80s and 90s. Like they will fight and then just keep playing like nothing happened.
They can't.
Just think about it. I just seen a clip where who was it? Glenn Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Like him and Michael Jordan got in a fight. They punched each other, and then he still was able to play this thing. He ended up with 16 in the fourth quarter. Like, how are you able to punch this man in the face and still finish a game? You know, so I just let you know, like, yes, it might be more. I ain't gonna say it's more skill is put into it now. Skill work.
I feel like it's more technical, like in a sense. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, it's more. People are more skilled.
Yeah,
and like Kyrie, because who can do some of the things with the ball. But they say that even back then people could do it, they just weren't allowed to. Like they had to play a certain way.
Yeah.
Can you remember like Skip to My Lou and all them that played on the N1 mixtape? Like,
yeah.
You mean to tell me like some of those players off there couldn't play in the NBA?
Shoot, I feel like they could.
One of them, who played for the Houston Rockets? What was his name? It was Skip to My Lou.
Well, yeah, I think so.
And he didn't play nothing the way he did. He was kind of just under control, and they were like, if they just let him kind of do it.
It's that team ball.
Right.
It's that team ball. What you think about this tape? If you the best, how they say it? What's the exact saying? Basically like one-on-one. If you the best one-on-one player. Dang, what's that saying? I can't. It doesn't mean you the best player if you can beat everybody one-on-one.
Right.
On the team. What you think about that tape?
If you don't know this about basketball, if you got a good defense, you're gonna get your defense. It ain't one-on-one, it's 1 versus 5.
Trust that, I know, yeah.
And so you can be the best. You can go kill people one-on-one. You might prove a point as far as a position-wise, like I should be out there in front of him. But when it comes into a game situation, that 1 versus 1 stuff goes out the door because every NBA player can beat somebody one-on-one.
Heck yeah.
Down to the last player on the bench, they can beat somebody one-on-one. That's about what you can do in the whole set. Like it's about making reads. Can you do that?
Yeah. Can you make this pass? Can you get downhill during this play? Simple stuff. Very simple stuff.
But complex.
Yeah, it is. It is complex. Yeah. Cause that hit me because I was one of the players. I can beat you pretty much one-on-one. And I went to start going to travel ball and different types of coaches was coaching me. And the stuff they was teaching me, because I watched film, I studied the game, and so the stuff they was teaching me, it was like on next level stuff. And that really put into perspective, like, yeah, it don't matter if you can beat this person or that person.
Yeah, because you still got this person, like this thing, how many charges we would take. That's what we was known for at one point. Yeah. Whether I was at Ashton or at Pontotoc, who's going to take a charge?
Yeah, if you that type of team.
Yeah, you're going to beat this person, but look who we got sitting right here. Yeah, so, yeah, one-on-one, it's great to have in your arsenal, but I would say knowing how to having a good IQ and knowing making the right play is, or kind of not overshadow, but kind of a little bit on top of the 1v1 stuff.
But like you can just look at some of the best players over the years, like that's not in the league. Like what's his name? I think it's like Trevor Duvall, something like that. I can't remember. There's a good many of them I can think of. Jalen Hands, like them players was ballers. Right. They was some ball players, and they're not in the league. Like it's just
something just didn't translate.
Yeah, when they play team ball, just that whoever was.
I'm gonna tell you what, Jamal Crawford is the exception to that.
And he was different.
He just come off the bench and give you 30 and go sit down, like beat the whole team. Like he was different.
He was different.
He's an exception. Of course, you're always gonna have your exception, but he is the exception.
Yeah, it was just so many players you just see over the years. Like, oh, he can
what
play.
happened?
Like, where is he?
Even like, who was it, Malik Monk?
Yeah, like
he was doing well, like in the G League, and like what happened, you know? And I think he should have got his fair shot. I don't think he was given what he.
Wait, who the Sacramento Kings Monk? That ain't his first name, is it? You talking about that Malik?
You know, Malik that played where he played at Callaway from Mississippi.
Yeah. Dang, his name was Malik Monk. Is it a pro player named Malik Monk?
It was like he did, but he gets limited minutes. Like he came in, he went to the G League, did well.
Yeah.
Made it to the pros, and it's like
I remember him though.
he didn't really like.
Yeah, I
don't think they really gave him his. Cause the work ethic was crazy. Like get up 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock every morning.
Yeah. Work
out, come home, go to school, practice, work out. Like this was every day. Like Malik, and we had several Mississippi players. Like it's right there at the cusp of it. Dang. Like Monte Ellis, like they got rid of like when they was trying to build the Warriors. They got rid of
yeah. So Sharif Cooper, he was cold,
right,
and stuff.
So it's like I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure everything's a little bit political on whatever side of it. You know,
it gotta be because they can flat out play ball.
They proved it.
Yeah. And I was one of them players that used to work out 10 hours a day and then pan out for me like that.
Right.
I did the same thing. Like out here, I wake up at 5, go to the track, work out about 4 or 5 hours, come home, either watch film, go to sleep for about 2-3 hours. Then in my backyard, we had shade at 3, and I used to shoot from 3 to 10, 3 to 9 every day.
That's
until
crazy.
The next day I couldn't move out of bed. I used to injure myself practicing.
That's crazy.
And so I just wasn't like that.
Hey, you just getting ready to like get your camera.
Yeah.
You was working. You did.
But yeah, that was definitely a personal development thing for me. But where I'm at, how do you coach your team through high pressure moments like game winning shots or even a championship match? Like
we try to make practice so intense that it mimics, or so hard that it it's just an everyday type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, like we try to put things in place beforehand before it happens, so they can trust in what we're doing, not trying to draw something up and like forget what they're supposed to do before they get out there.
Right. Yeah.
Cause this one time I had drew something up when I was in junior high. I'm like, we're gonna do this. And my guard turned around and said, what do I do?
He just told me.
Like they walking out. And so I really feel that for those type of situations, it's always by preparation. You make everything as intense as possible so that when that moment comes, they don't want to shy away from it.
All good teams are like that.
But that's the thing about it, like, is it every player? Can they handle that pressure? No. But you try your best to make everybody feel like that they can. That's why I feel like we had one of the hardest practices ever. When I first got there, Coach Hurd said, "Man, I thought you were gonna run all you guys off because I literally put an hour on the clock and we ran for an hour before we even did anything."
Dang. Running.
Yeah, the sprints.
Hey.
Suicide sprints. And it was funny, one guy, you just do like this baseline to baseline. He just kept running, went out the door, and just never came back. He never came back. And but I also said that the people who really want to do it,
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And you get a chance to see inside somebody's head. Like, what do you do when it's hard?
Yeah.
I haven't did any more 60-minute runs in a while. Yeah. But I learned really quickly, not even from way back. That's been one of my things is like, if we run, you see the true nature of what's inside of them.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Everybody can play fresh. Everybody can do things when it's easy. And the best way to kind of can get that confidence and like not make it easy and tell them why we're doing this. And then also explain, is there anybody else doing what you're doing right now or even capable of doing?
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. Just to even get them to understand that and see that too.
It's like when young groups is harder when it's like right now we had a big gap when before we always had like the passing of the torch.
Yeah, right. They grade under. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I had Cortland, and Day was under him. So Cortland left the Day in every position the same way.
Yeah.
And especially the point guard position. And then from Day, I had my son Zane. Under him. So he had to back him. Like I said, I always had a backup for a backup. And Tyler was like, and so by the time they moved on in seniors, like they ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then something happened like this a big gap where when they graduated out, all of a sudden we just had a whole bunch of young or people that wasn't getting very much playing time. And then it went from there to, like I said, I had 3 seniors this year, 1 junior, and the rest is 9th and 10th grade.
Yeah.
So we had 9th and 10th graders playing right now. Nobody passed them anything. You get what I'm saying? Like they just had to come in and like in real time figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of what they did. As a young group, but that's how you that's how I try to incorporate it. Just make things as hard as possible and hope that they understand. And sometimes you got to keep doing it until they do.
Yeah. Yeah. We had practice like that. Coach used to show, he showed so much emotion. One time he had a chair and he threw it against the wall and broke in half. And that's right then we knew like, we need to wake up. If he done a perfectly fine chair, strong chair, and we need to bring out too. Because
let's wrap this up.
We need to come with it. So like our practice was like that too. He didn't necessarily, his was kind of different. He'll run us, but he made the running while we play. So like we'll scrimmage, that'd be our running. But we are playing hard. Like even if it goes out of bounds, we fighting. We all
it's no out of bounds
so
in my gym.
Like we would like, how the chairs, we would like run over the chairs. So like we had some battles in there. But everybody we liked it. So like when everybody like it, bro, it's easy. That's
like one of I don't know if I've ever told anybody this or some people know, but we would run like an hour, then then our practice would start.
Yeah.
So we learned how to play tired.
Yeah.
So like before we did any drill, like we would run that much, then we would go into our drill work, which is also running and still doing. They still have to get a certain goal or they're gonna run some more. So everything after that, what we did before is not punishment. It's to get us prepared. And if you don't get the goals, it's just like in a game, it hurts. So whatever you don't get, we're gonna run that in suicide. So it teaches them how to get out of the head of being tired and just kind of going through the motions and try to get them into we still got to go to reach no matter how I feel right now. So that's one of the tactics that I use as far as
it's a good lesson.
Mentally trying to make people stronger.
Yeah, that's tough. Cause that's kind of like I said, he did a little different too, like that. But cause we was like that too. We played similar to y'all, like running and stuff. We played very similar, but we would have a hard practice because we ain't had no air in there. I think that was a lot to do with it. We in the heat all the time. And so when we go to the cooler gym, like, man, this is nice.
It's cold, right?
This is nice, man. We ain't gonna and we never get tired in them cool because it's never cold where we at.
Right.
So, but yeah, he made sure it was intense in that way too, because he's the runners too, but he'll implement it in where it's like, you know how you do drills like the 8-man weave or 5-man. It'd be certain stuff like that we'll do, but we like doing it hard as we can. It ain't no, we just getting shots up. Is we sprinting and all types of stuff. So
we would do that, and then we had those drills. Now you got to get 60 layups. Like you got to score 60 in this many.
So
minutes.
you definitely had them in shape. God, that's how our middle school coach was running. Like, Dixon.
You know what? I was telling Dixon, man,
Dixon,
I'm finna go holler at, he's like, man, I had him in the 8th grade. He told me that.
Yeah.
And that's, man, and that's another thing, like being successful, and you gotta have people around you that want you to be successful. And Dixon is like the perfect guy. He's the total opposite of me too, where I'm super aggressive. I don't need anybody to help amp me up that I'm more than I already am. And going off in Dixon, I could be going off about something with the Dixon, and then I think he's gonna say, man, that's tough. I need somebody I'm like, back me up. You know, I'm talking to you, I'm mad. You know, I want you to be mad too. Yeah. You know, man, that's tough. That's tough, Cole.
He wasn't like that. What was he? Well, when he coached there, he was different.
But I'm saying his demeanor and my demeanor.
Oh, it's different. I get
this natural demeanor, like he's cool and collected. You know?
That's crazy.
And like I said, I take everything personal. So I'm on 10 and Dixon like, man, that's tough. It makes me want to calm down a little bit, like
damn, I'm doing too much.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Man,
I'm going crazy. Yeah. You make me look like a psychopath, baby.
He's like, he agreeing with me. I'm like, man, that's tough. Like, maybe I'm over exaggerating because if that's his mad, my mad shouldn't be this much, you know.
That's tough.
And Coach Kelby, he's the same way. He's a pastor.
Oh man.
You do remember Aiden that played for me? That's his dad.
What's his name?
Aiden Johnson. He can shoot it.
What year?
He's with Tyler, Zane, Jack.
I think I remember. If I see his face, I remember for sure.
And he was at Ingomar first, and he came.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's the same way. Like he's a pastor, so he's real. This level, and I'm going off and saying crazy stuff, and he's just like, right. You know what? I need somebody to
That's making you even more mad. Like, come on, y'all.
I need somebody to match me sometimes. But they bring me back down to reality real fast. So I can actually think a little bit more logically.
It's crazy. You know, I still help with the team. And Neil, do you know Eddie Neil?
I do. I'm a very good friend.
So like, he was part of that team when I was in high school. So like, he seen me go through all that too. And now, you know, I come in there, and some of his coaches like that. They kind of like lay back. They'll talk, right? They like lay back.
Nah, he's on the players and stuff, but with me, he just kind of like keep me. Oh,
yeah. See, they kind of like that too.
Yeah.
But like when I come in there, I'm like him, yelling, and he was like, yeah. Literally one practice, he let me run the practice. Right. He told him like, okay, do that, and then after that, I took over. And I didn't realize what was going on, but that's how we used to practice. Right. And yeah, so I totally get it. I was like, dang. So
yeah, I'm not the one mad.
So I'm really like, he told me like, man, he always tell me he appreciate it because it's something about that, having somebody else like that too. And
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I can call players in, man. Like I have old players come in and scrimmage against them. Even from like Ashland, I've had kids from like they played at Ashland, like drive all the way here just to help me, you know, and that, you know, it goes along. One time, do you remember the Fountain kid that played at LSU? He was from Holly Springs. He went on to play.
Yeah, I do.
And Kwani, they played at Holly Springs. He went on to play. He's playing overseas right now.
Okay.
And DeAnthony brought him like this thing. I got all the Division I players. Yeah. He was at Coastal Carolina, going against practice against my guys.
Dog.
And just off of a phone call, hey, I need y'all help. Can you bring Richard and this person? Like,
wow, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna bring Kwani, and all of a sudden I got these collegiate players that's like hanging out and just scrimmaging against them. This kind of
Bro, you can't ask for a better practice. Like, that's crazy.
I guess you talked about the moment earlier. I think those are the type of moments that I can call on. Like, look, can y'all come by today? I need your help for X, Y, Z, or just to talk to them about this, and they're there.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the same way I could be there for them. Like now they're showing me love by doing the same thing back. You know,
that's what I'm doing for Coach Neal.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. Cause shoot, I try my best to be there when I can. Cause of course I do this.
Right.
But I had to talk with them, the team. Like I told them, like, y'all know I ain't gotta be here. Like,
right.
I could be making money right now. You know what I'm saying?
I could be flying a drone.
I could literally be making, like, I let them know that. Like, y'all mean something to me. Not only y'all, like, even the coaches, they mean something to me.
So like school, right?
Yeah.
The whole
and that's my way of like giving back too. Cause my dad, he told me, he said, man, like the stuff that you were able to do, the stuff that was given to you, the opportunities.
And time is the most valuable thing that you have.
Heck yeah. He said, if you see all this stuff happening for you, you give it back. That's my advice to you. That's what I want you to do.
Right.
Because he gave me an opportunity to do this. And I was like, all right. And he said, all right, you see how I'm helping you? Giving you this opportunity? Yeah. You do this with somebody else.
Pay it forward.
Because somebody told him that. Same thing. Said, all right, you see this opportunity? I'm going to help you. But you do the same thing for somebody else. And so that's why I do. I do it in ways that people don't, obviously don't see. But that's one way. I'm not only, of course I love it too. Right. I get to play it, but I'm trying to help them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a win-win.
Sometimes kids need, they can get tone deaf to us.
They can. They can. I see it.
And you know that too, if just from being a player. Like, sometimes it's good to have somebody else to come in this, a new voice, or somebody they seen play. Because a lot of kids think that's there now. They're little kids come to the game and watching you play.
You're right. Yeah.
And you just never know the effect that you have on somebody.
You don't. That's something I didn't know I had. Because I was so.
Yeah, you wasn't thinking about that. You just hoop.
I was lazy. Like people used to tell me all this. Like, yeah, they talked about that. I'm like, bro, I had no idea. Right. Because I was just focused and stuff. But yeah, when I come back, they one of the kids. It was last year, and he was like, I asked him how y'all think about the practice. He was like, man, every time you here, it's a whole different practice. He said, yeah, you really give us like confidence and stuff. So I was like, dang. That's crazy. But it means a lot to me because I'm able to move somebody. You impacted that moment. Yeah. So and that's why I still go. Not just because I can flex and say, yeah, I'm still good. No, I ain't none of that. Like I'm just trying to I'm here to help you, really. It's not for me. It's not. So we're gonna have fun doing it, but I'm gonna make sure you become a man, because that's my biggest thing. With them, like they gotta realize, like, yeah, y'all in high school, yes, you live with your parents, they take care of you, but one day you're gonna be your own man.
Right. And that's one of the hardest things to navigate is being a man. Like I said, I'm old.
You're not old.
I'm old enough. And point being made is I'm still figuring it out in real time, because who I was yesterday is not who I am now. This thing is not important to me anymore. This thing is not, or it is more important to me now. Yeah, like every day you have to kind of self-evaluate. I do things that I'm not proud of. And in retrospect, and it's all about how you progress from there. And that, men should also know that too, that you're not necessarily defined by your last mistake or your last, what you might feel is a failure. Right. And that's, coaching, that's been hard with me. Like, if we don't do well, I feel like I fail. Yeah. And, sometimes we just gotta reel things in and kind of,
you need to reflect.
Right.
Yeah.
And but I honestly think like once I am able to retire, like I've gave so much of myself that I think that I'll be happy just retiring, coaching the junior high team. Whatever. If you want to get back to where you enjoy it, like that's where I started. Like I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I also don't think I would have a problem with the detachment part of it once it's time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that could be hard at times, because when I made my decision not to play,
that's your identity. It's been your identity.
That
for
was
so
me.
Long. Yeah.
That's when they see my face. That's who I am.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I spent all of my hours.
Right.
Of course, people see that too, but man, I look back at it, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna regret it because I gave it all I got. Right. Every practice.
That's my thing. I'm not gonna regret what I did, and in the years that I put in. But I don't want that to be the only thing that I'm known for. I don't want that to be my only identity.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I just wanted it to be this like a part. Like he coached, man. He did. I want you to start naming off stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just don't want that to be my only identity, and I also don't want what you thought of me yesterday as who I am today.
And I did something like that too in high school. You know how you take your senior pictures? I didn't take one.
Really?
And everybody was like, "Why you ain't taking it?" I said, "Y'all ain't gonna understand it, but I'm gonna tell you." I said, "I don't want to be remembered as Keyshawn that just went to Houston High School. When you see my name and know my name, I did something else." And they're just looking at me.
It makes sense to me.
Like, I want to be known as Oh, that's Keyshawn.
You know Keyshawn.
See, so now,
right.
think about it. Now, if you know me, you know what I do.
Right.
So
Connect.
But I put that pressure on me. Like, okay, if I don't do anything, I won't be known. Nobody will know me. That means I didn't do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I put that pressure on me on purpose. Like, once you get out here, you better do something with yourself. Right. Whether it's in the that's light of people or not.
Yeah, that's part of it though. Like, if you're not putting some type of pressure on yourself for the situation, how successful will you be? We know life is not easy, so if you don't put some type of kind of brackets around this thing that you want to be, it's gonna be hard. You just gonna kind of just doggy paddle through life, So
you just take little by little. You ain't really got no goals or anything. You got to set them out. Cause I had goals already. Like I was dreaming, like no lie. What you see in here, like that TV and like how I'm dressed, I dreamed about it.
That's you.
Years ago, I seen myself in all black, walking into my studio. Like I literally dreamed about it. It's crazy. Like I dreamed it not once, a lot. So I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know when. Yeah. So I made sure like I'm gonna wake up every day and just work towards it every single day. And boom. So I'm in the stage where I've been knocking out my goals. I gotta come up with some new ones.
Right. It's time for new stuff now.
It's new stuff now.
And that's just, like I said, it's the evolution of a man. So like once you kind of pull that shell off of that, like it's time to grow into something else. So
you gotta adapt and everything. Right. But yeah, even I want to tell you about this. This is one reason why I was able to let it go too. The game that we played y'all, the second home game. No, that first home game. Both of them games. I had a crazy injury.
Really?
Nobody don't know. I had it's called a varicocele. Probably don't know what it is. I didn't find out till I got out of school. I had it at junior year. It's a big vein located in the lower area. Okay. And when you I got it from heavy stress. I worked out hard and stressed about life because I was like, I gotta do stuff like that. And one practice, I couldn't run. Normally I run hard. I'm the type of player, I do everything to the max. I run and I couldn't. He in the coach, I'm trying to run. I just can't. Right. And I couldn't jump. So I'm like, I'm thinking it's just today, I'm just tired. I've been worked out too hard. And it stayed. I was like, man, what is it? So this vein would inflame when I eat sugar, even sugar, if I run, it inflame, break out circulation through my leg.
Really?
You can't move.
That's crazy.
Cannot move. So that whole season I played with that. See, nobody know that. Tough. Nobody know that. Bro, every night I was in an ice bath.
Just to try to restrict everything and to get the inflammation down and all that, yeah.
And I was playing with it. It was pulling the whole time, every time I jumped. And it looked like, if you look at the film, it looked like I didn't have anything. Right. If you realize, I don't know if you remember, every time I shot lay, I fall to the ground.
You would?
I had to. I had to. Because
just the impact of everything and
it hurt every time I took a step. Everything that would hurt.
Yeah.
And so that season, that was a man making me a character. Cause I want to quit every day.
I bet.
like how I'm sitting here, I couldn't sit here. Like how we've been sitting here this long, I couldn't sit like this. Really? I had to move. I couldn't sit like that. I had to lay down. I had to do something. It hurting your sleep. You couldn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So every day, I was in pain every single day. I got frail. I wasn't this buck. I had got buff.
You were skinny.
I was frail. Yeah. Because it was cutting off. I couldn't work out and stuff. It was, man. So nobody know that. Man. So that season taught me so much about myself. It taught me, you can go your limit.
Right, plus something.
So now when I go back and play and stuff, I let them know, nah, you can do more than that. You can do way more than that. Because I
don't know why, the mind is so powerful that we can tell ourselves something, whether it's right or wrong, and we believe it.
It's powerful.
Yeah, I've seen the negative side of telling myself something. Yeah. And I'm seeing the positive side of talking myself up, and whatever it is, you're gonna believe it. Yeah. And the power of words and thought is big. So I totally get it. And then like to be able to go through all that, like I didn't know that.
No, nobody didn't know unless I tell them.
Right.
So yeah, they just thought. But so like that's why I said it was easy for me to let, because I gave it all. I played that whole season. I didn't complain about playing them games. Only one game I did complain. It was a rival game we was gonna play against Kansas City, and I told Coach like, I'm out of it. Cause I'm never that type of player.
Right.
I said he gonna let me not play. I went to his office. I was staring. I was like, Coach, I'm not playing. He like, you crazy? Said, man, I said, Coach, I know you don't know, but I'm in so much pain. So much pain. He said, you playing. And I got mad. I didn't, at him, but like when I walked out, I was mad. Cause like I'm in so much pain. Like he don't see how it is at home and stuff. So man, that game, I already had like two injuries going. I had that going and I had a spazzed outside. And then 2 games before that, I had a burst of sac in my elbow. So like, I was telling him, I'm done, Coach. Like I'm not playing this game.
Right.
Let's worry about playoffs or something.
Right. Yeah, that's give me
you know what I'm saying?
Low management.
And so like he made me play, and I scored like probably 4 points in that first quarter. It was senior night, but we ain't had no senior. And they trapped me, and I fell on my shoe, spazzed out my hole. So I had that going. I was like, I looked at, he got me out, and I was like, man, I was on the sideline. He was trying to get me going. I cried, cause I was in pain.
Right.
And everybody looking at me like, man, I have no idea, man. Like this is,
man, don't look at me.
Everything, like I couldn't breathe right, like so. And then my dad came out. He said, your team needs you. They fighting out there. And I looked. I said, give me a second. And so every while I'm on the bench, I always have to have a ball in my legs so I can keep my legs out.
Right.
And that first half when I had like 6 points. And that third quarter, when I went out there, my body was numb. I ended that game with 21.
Really?
And I'll never forget that. Cause that showed me like I could do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So I always tell that story cause like people they didn't know that. They didn't know that. That's the game I'll never forget. Cause
I didn't know that.
The mindset I had to be in to play that game and come out there to actually get us back.
First of all, your mind wasn't in it. Then you had to like, you know what I'm saying?
I kind of blacked out. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And was still playing full court, trying to guard at the top, guarding their point guard, still doing it.
Yeah.
But I was a leader though. I was trying to lead by example, like, and I did it more not for me, but to show my teammates like, no matter what's happening to you, it don't matter.
You know, every team needs that. And I talk about that a lot. Like, you got people that lead by example. You need those.
Yeah.
And you need verbal people that do both. You can't be this verbal and don't do the work. You know?
Right, yeah.
But you need somebody to verbal to call people out.
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid to do that. And
yeah.
I'm really thinking once you had those things, like, it's kind of hard not to be successful.
Yeah. And people wonder why, like, they see me now, they like, yeah, it don't surprise me where I'm at now.
Right.
Because like what I did before, I was obsessed.
Yeah, you seen it coming.
Like, man, I slept with a basketball. I used to dribble with a basketball. I used to put a plastic bag on my basketball and play with it.
Yeah.
I used to dribble a tennis ball. Like, I did all the stuff you can think of, just about, not everything, but all the stuff you can think of. I was just obsessed with it.
You did everything but come to Pontotoc.
That's crazy.
You almost did everything.
I just imagine, as you say that, I just imagine if I would have, because I didn't know, but if I would have came there, I wondered how it would turn out. How would you use me? Let's say that. If I would have came.
That's the thing about it. I've had really, really good players.
Yeah, always.
And I don't have plays designed for any set person.
I like that.
So I would allow you to be yourself within the confines of
what we're
doing.
I like that. Our coach, he didn't really do that either. It was like
I got sets, but every set that I have, I say, I got shooters.
Right.
It's gonna be 5 options, 6 options. Like, this one's it's gonna be for you if you're open. If it's not there, it's gonna be another.
Somebody else can get it. Yeah.
And it's gonna keep this going to where everybody, like, it eases up everybody because then it's not like, well, he just all the plays
It's
for
him.
him,
Yeah,
right?
every time.
So now they get that, like, not to break that down. Like, he was one of my players that he was leading us in scoring, and you know, sometimes jealousy can kind of creep in. And I said, okay, I'm gonna ask you guys, what is this play? Who this play kind of really designed for? Who's option 1, 2, 3, 4? And I said, is he in it? No. Okay, we run this play. I said, so y'all talking about this guy, not one play is ran for him. He's leading us in scoring. So what does that say?
Dang.
I said, so you really need to worry about the fact that if I do start, you run this stuff on him.
Right,
like, you know, so I don't know, this coaching is so complex because you have to deal with so many personalities.
You do.
And like,
you do.
And try to make that work. Like,
it's time.
Let them be themselves, but we kind of sometimes tune it if it's need to be tuned as far as if you see him hit it down the wrong way or whatever, but try to find a way to make all that work and deal with the parenting side of it. Because there's no way to make everybody happy. I wish I could. But
you would love me, because my dad, he was all about, he even told my coach that, he said, this is your son. So whatever you want to do.
You're always going to have your exceptions, man. But the exceptions are going to be this big.
Like
you know.
Like my dad, he didn't say nothing to the coach. Like every time, if he, you know how, play him more or don't ever send him, stuff like that. He didn't say nothing to the coach. Like nothing like that at all. And I respect that, because if I had a problem with him, it's my battle. That's how he treated. Like, you a man.
Yeah.
You handle it.
Yeah, it's better if you handle it anyway.
Yeah.
The coach is going to respect you. And you get a chance to figure each other out.
Right.
Like, I've had some parents, man, like, this boy got such and such grades and he ain't got grades wrong. Don't you play him?
Nah, that's crazy.
I'm like, okay, like, I respected that, like, versus I can handle that more so than
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah, like, she was mad. And I was like, okay, like, it was crazy. He just had came there. So I'm thinking, this thing, he's a starter.
Yeah.
And this is our first game. No, we came here to handle business and he messing up. Don't even worry about playing him, coach.
Dang.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. And it was like 4 games. Like,
wow.
Until he got his stuff together. Like, he sit there.
Wow.
And
he didn't play at all?
At all. I ain't talking about star, I'm talking about at all.
Oh.
So and there's been instances where I've had to do certain things like, you didn't tell me nothing. Like, the same parent, like, hey, you got him. That's why we're here, you know?
Yeah.
And that means a lot. Like, if you can show trust in me, because I'm not gonna be uppercutting people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take care of them, but I'm not gonna coddle them either.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, that's mad respect when they do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's signs of respect
and
stuff. But I do have a question for you. Like I'm hearing your stories and all the stuff you had taught and learned yourself. But that is the question. Like, what's the biggest thing, or what's one of the things that you learned the most out of the whole journey of coaching as a personal thing?
I think I kind of stated it earlier. Us as coaches, we take too much credit for what somebody else is doing. It's up to us to put them in the best light or put them in the best physical being that they need to be in, or, you know, as far as sets or scouting. Like, it's our job to do that, but they are the kids are the one out there performing.
Right.
So it's kind of like, we got to be a producer. We just got to write the script and hope that these actors can give the best performance that they can. And if not, it falls on us. Because remember, when we win, the players did it. When we lose, it's the player's fault. I mean, the coach's fault.
Yeah. He ain't writing it up right.
Man, he don't know it, but I don't know what he's thinking. You know?
Even if he's subbing his player.
Man, I don't know what to say. All he had to do was put in Keyshawn. And then put in, you know.
That's simple.
But I got one guy, man. It's a group of guys, like wherever I'm at, they follow some old heads. Mm-hmm. It's 2 sets of them. And you can tell that they have pure intentions and like really want me to do well. Like, you know how some people just want you to do well because they just like you, just want you to do well.
Yeah.
They don't get anything out of it. But it's 2 groups of guys, man. And it's one of them, he'll come up to me after every game. You know, I got to give you a grade for today. You got a B. I would have gave you A. You got to leave those referees alone. And, you know, and that to me, it means a lot to me. And what really touched me this year, one guy, Mr. Chu, he got kind of sick, you know, and he came, I always walked him in and sit him at the baseline. I talked to him. Right. I made sure that chairs was there, and so did everybody in the gym. Like, everybody knew, you know,
that's what he said.
That Miss Chu and Mr. Chu sit at, and he got really sick. And you don't know how much impact you might have in somebody's life, older or younger. He got sick, we went to the hospital, me and one of my friends, and he started crying. Like, to see a man, like, he's like, man, y'all came to see me. Like, he was like, and like why are y'all thinking about me? And I'm sitting there thinking like more of him to go see him, like, you know, and for him to be emotional like that. We actually came to the hospital and see him, like, let me know that, you know, everything that you do is not in vain. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in the negative stuff that that's all we see. And to see him in that moment to where he's, you know, not feeling well, to just like perk up and be happy that, you know, we came. So that happened this year. Yeah. And that really took me back. And he was actually fell down and couldn't get up, trying to get to a basketball game. So I was like, man, I gotta go see him, you know? And man, like, he wasn't gonna miss a game. And then to kind of hear that, and then like his wife, I was like, what my guy is? She's like, he fell, he couldn't get up. Wow. And we tried to get him up, we just couldn't. Like, she was upset, and like, to know that with all the bad that I might have done, or how people might view me, that somebody thinks well enough of me, or somebody's proud, you know? Yeah. And that goes a long way sometimes when you could be in your dark place or dark time in your career. You need those type of people that can kind of bring you out of it with reality, not with fake words or the greatest quotes, but just being who they are. And I got people from my prior school that's the same way. You know, I could be in places and they just know what to say. And always there, like, it's Coach Terry, you know, he passed, but his brother will call or come by. Like you said, we got these different people that show up at games, and then which means they have to research, understand that you had a game, first of all, and figure out, and because I haven't talked, like, what are you doing here? I came to see you play, boy. You know, and, you know, it make you stick your chin, you know, and it means a lot to me, you know, because the older generation, they live by different codes and morals. Yeah. And if they think enough of you to, like I said, I'm a flawed man. I'm not trying to act like I'm Mr. Perfect. Yeah. And for that generation to come out and show interest in you, to show support. Yeah. And, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, like Mr. Chu, I think he been married 67, like decades. And for these people to come out, especially like the guy the job I kind of acquired after he left, Coach Godwin, for him to like still be able to show up, like, you know, these cats getting older now. They don't like they can be home chilling, doing anything.
Yeah.
And for them to, I'll be at a tournament, and all of a sudden he's there, and like I'm talking about a random tournament, or it's a random game that he don't have anybody playing, but he's sitting across there and never say a word to me.
Wow.
Like I just had to like spot him and just go talk to him, and that helps me out a lot of times. And people that truly got your best interests at heart, like you always have those people. Like I've been in some pretty low spots, and you got people that kind of know how to. Like I said, go ahead and say what you got to say so we can get past it, get it out,
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of like protective of like how I feel. A lot of time I don't say much.
That's how the older generation is. Y'all raised to be like that, yeah.
It's not good. I'm tell you that now. It's not good. It's not what it's cracked up to be, all right? It's not fun. So don't think that you have to do that to be a man, please. Because, man, like that holding that stuff in, man, it's tough.
He said you.
It
bit
does.
by bit.
It does.
It's going to come out.
It does, man. And I had to find other things. That's how I even got into fishing, man. I had to find other things to really being in nature is therapeutic. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So,
I believe that.
If you go out there and just sit on the grass, you're gonna feel the way.
Yeah. Time. I got a segue. I go ride.
Right. So so just being out and doing I had to find different avenues. Like I said, I drank and I just quit cold turkey. And I got enough vices. So I didn't need that one that's gonna, you know what I mean? So it's like I got rid of that. It's been going on 5 or 6 years now. In April, I decided to quit. So,
man, that's crazy. I was gonna say, I heard this person say, I think his name Wallow. A rapper or something.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. But I ain't that old.
but I just seen he was talking to Shannon Sharp, and it really hit home when he said that because it opened my eyes. He said, he came out, he thought he didn't have nothing when he was in jail and stuff, but when he lived in the hood and stuff. But when he got out the hood, he realized when he got out the jail and went back to the hood to his family, he realized he got everything.
Right.
And I was like, dang.
Right.
They grew up struggling and stuff, but the people that he had in his life was everything they ever needed.
Right. Sometimes a little is enough.
Yeah, very, very.
We don't understand what's important at certain stages of our life. I'm not even gonna say age. I'm just gonna say certain stages, and because people, peak and figure out things earlier.
Yeah.
But at certain stages, man, we think we need this or that and that to be happy, and then you get to a point where you struggle to figure out what is happiness and what it is that makes you happy. Basketball probably has been the biggest distraction of me having to face reality sometimes. Probably kind of I don't know what you call it, this distraction of real world things that's going on with me, no matter how messed up or good, like
how you truly feel about everything.
Yeah, I can just mask it. This is where I can just mask it and be.
Right.
Like I'm a coach now. So this thing, I'm at the school, you get 8 hours to be something else or pretend that you're something that you're not feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got a basketball game, you extend that some more. And so you don't have to be the version of yourself that you really feel.
Right.
And with being in it so long and being passionate with it, you learn how to compartmentalize everything. Like this is basketball, this is who I am for basketball, and this is who I need to be right now. So I figured out real fast that's what I was doing. So I learned to use that to run away from probably things that probably need to be addressed. Right.
Man, because I want to say, for me, I'm 24. And
good old days. That's when I started coaching when I was 24.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been told by so many, you know, I know a lot of other business owners and they older. My friends went from 18 to 40, 50 real quick when I got into this. Now I tell them like, work hard as you can. Cause I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
So they told me like, you know, one day you ain't gonna be able to move. You ain't gonna be able to think clearly.
I'm telling you.
Everything's gonna start changing at this age.
Yeah, Father Time is undefeated. Enjoy your youth.
Yeah.
Old age is coming.
It is.
And you know, arms not like I fell down in slow motion not too long, but I got like, have you ever heard of mallet finger? It's like where the tendons tear away from the bone. So my finger was like going straight down like that.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't do. I already got like one finger cut off. Like I can't. I can't have a whole messed up hand.
Right.
So like I got this, and then I got this finger going straight down. Like man,
wow.
Oh my god. I literally like fell in slow motion. I stepped in my lunchbox and just went. And I just caught myself. Just about me, the way of me catching myself, it tore the tendons.
Dang.
So I was like in this splint for like 2 or 3 months. I'm like, man, I'm like, man, my hands are bad enough. I don't need to add to it, you know?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what they say. I've been being told that a lot. Like, work hard right now, and eventually, they always told me like,
you didn't get a chance to enjoy it. Like, you appreciate things more with the older stages.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say stages. Like right now, it's a lot. Like I said, I don't want as much. As far as materialistic things, like I do want another bass boat, but you don't want as much, and like you get this kind of like displeased with the simple things, like the people that you choose, like really want to be around, or just going out to this lake and just sitting like what you like. The simple things means the most.
Yeah,
like people showing like you think I care if somebody showed appreciation. At 24, like, man, if I'm gonna go do this anyway, you know, I'm not even gonna be here long, you know, and you just learn how to slow down and take in things a little bit more.
Yeah, and I've been making sure that, I reflect, like I said earlier, like, man, reflect, because even a person like me, and I realize some people my age, they don't do it too, when they have done something. Like, I was talking, I met one of my classmates, a girl, and she done went to college, and she's doing exactly what she want to do in college. And it's hard to do what she did, you know, because most people they quit. Right. And so like, but it's so, in this society, you have to be here at this age, and you have to be already there. And I had to bring her down. I had to tell her like, what you did, you already successful.
Like she's putting added stress onto what she's like she's not even celebrating where she's
at. Done it. Right. Like, of course you want to do more.
Right.
I'm not saying you quit now, but like you actually love what you do right now. You making money in that industry right now.
Man, you know, that's the biggest thing. Like, there's a lot of people in a line of work that they hate. I don't hate. I can understand. I don't hate my job. Right. You know what I'm saying? And
a lot of people can't say they love. Yeah, a lot of people
they just got doing it out of necessity. You know, and I can say my profession that I can go in, like people can pour into me and I can pour into other people. Like some type of impact will be made throughout the day. Yeah. Whether it's positive or negative, you know what I'm saying? But some type of impact like has been made throughout the day. So that's always a plus. Yeah.
Like I said, that I always try to impact people because that's just how I always been. I mean, that's something, I don't know, I just always had that about me. If I can help somebody, I know something, I'm gonna let them know about it. You know, I try to bring people with me. I mean, I feel like that's kind of like a man thing. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this, I'm crossing my leg like an old man with this one. I've learned this, that like it's good that you have that and you should want to bring people with you. But as you get older, you'll realize that everybody's not meant to come along with you.
I'm learning that.
Yeah, and
I'm learning that. I am. Yeah.
You have to be very selective of who's there for you, or who just trying to get an inside view of what you're doing to tear it down the first, or wait for it to fail. I think you kind of feel the way, like you feel like you like to see people win.
Yeah.
and you think that, and I'm the same way, like, I don't have, like, if you're doing well for yourself, I enjoy that. Like, that does something for me.
Right.
And you think everybody feel that way, and they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
They simply don't.
And it took me a long time to understand that, or to understand, like, the reason, like, why would you not feel that way? Mm. And you got some people that, you try to bring along, and they're just takers, and yeah. And whatever you give, you'll never get it back. No matter if it's time, money, whatever, you'll never get it back. And so it almost makes you to, not say a hermit where you just kind of to yourself, but it makes you just, I just get kind of paranoid to, like, what angle? Who sent you?
You very cautious.
Right.
Very.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I've definitely I've been having my fair share in the past 2 years about that. And as time goes on, everything's been growing, and I'm able to help in different ways. Mm-hmm. So seeing that and having people behind me open my eyes to that situation. Because one person told me, he said, man, you gotta really listen to what they saying. They telling you already. Like, he said that a couple times to me, and I kind of took that with me. And as I was trying to help people, I really started listening, like, oh, he's telling me.
Right.
Like, he's not, he don't realize, but he's telling me what they want.
Right.
And man, just that small piece to have helped me so much. Like wow. And then when, it's judgment. I feel like that's something that was a big thing that I had learned. Like, in the situation, what decisions should I make? Sometimes my judgment be off. I might go wrong about it.
I'm gonna tell you, sometimes it's not. And I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that is because a lot of times when I do something to help somebody, I know that it might not pan out the way, but sometimes we try to see the good in everybody.
Right.
When we know what we see right there in front of us. And we just hope, like, we're living off hope. I hope they do right. Please. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, like, everything, like you said, is right there in front of us, and we have that feeling, but we know, no, they're gonna do right.
Yeah.
No,
they gonna tighten up.
Yeah, they wouldn't do me like that. Right. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, who are you?
And they'll do exactly the opposite too.
Right, yes.
Exactly the opposite. But I'm trying to think. Be a pause there. I don't know how long you got. Like, do you have anywhere else to be? Okay, because shit, we've been talking for a minute. But I mean, what I'm doing with you right now, I realize, like, I see it. Like, it's hard for people, not my age, but definitely when I was in high school, it's hard for us to talk to older people.
You think so?
It was. I used to see it.
Got you.
I saw it. So I ain't just saying it. I saw it. Mm-hmm. They used to talk to me. Like, I don't know what to say to them.
Right.
And I used to feel the same way at one point. But I found out it's just it's a confidence thing. And the lack of experience we have. Mm-hmm. I can't really talk to you if I haven't been through anything. I can talk to you. Reason I'm able to talk to you is long because I can relate. Mm-hmm. I understand some of the points you're making. Now, of course, okay, with the age thing, I'm not there yet, of course. Right. I know you telling, but I'm not there. I don't really, like, I understand it, but I don't feel at home yet.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Until I actually get there, I'm like, yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah, yeah. So even at this age, my dad told me that I was gonna feel this way. Mm-hmm. I feel it now. Back then, I didn't. I didn't. I knew it was coming, but I just didn't.
Right.
So, like, people envy that I could do what I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. Like, dang, he can talk to anybody. People kind of gravitate him, but like, not they don't gravitate to me because the conversation I have. But yeah, like I said, what we able to do right here, like, a lot of people, they just can't. They struggle with that.
Right.
They just do.
This day and age, everybody can go to Snap, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and be whatever version of themselves that they want to be. And it's kind of hard to do that. And some people, I see it now in school, like, we have mock interviews and stuff. They don't know how to carry on when it comes. Like, I like
it's hard.
we give them a set of questions, and like it's like you cannot answer a question with one sentence, sir.
Yeah.
You know, if this is like if you're going through a mock interview, you have to be able to carry on a dialogue. You know,
It's a skill.
it is. Some people naturally have it.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Some people naturally have it, but you know, some have to work towards that skill.
And one thing I did to help me, one of my other mentors, he told me, you have to just meet people, talk to people, try. So it was a game for me in school. Like, okay, every person is different. I'm finna talk to them and understand who they are and what makes them tick.
Right.
Cause soon you get it, they gonna just. And so I would do that to everybody. And it was, I was just trying to see how can I make a conversation with them.
Right.
And that doesn't help me so much doing that.
And that's a good thing. Like one thing that helped me throughout the years, it's kind of like what you said. I was just very observant.
Very, yeah.
And I can read people. Like I just sit back and watch.
Watch them, yeah, first, yeah.
And by you watching, you can tell what type of some people can tell what type of mood they're in, happy, sad, whatever.
The tone to talk to them in,
and or the tone, the deflection of their voice when they talk to you, the posture. I would pay attention to all those things. Like even I would ask somebody to see if they're lying or not, and I would pay attention to certain things, like even what their eyes did when I asked questions, or what. Like I would pay attention to all those things. Just like I'll watch somebody, especially you call a kid in, like one of my players, and they sit down and they cross their arms like that, and that means that you're keeping a barrier in between somebody. So I would always like pay attention to body language because as a coach you got to know this.
Yeah, you do. Too. You do.
But I also use it. It's just one of those people things that I learned a long time ago. I think it's important to not to read to stereotype or judge, but to read to understand that person before you have dealings with them. Yeah, so it's always gonna be somebody that surprised you, like, oh, I didn't think you.
Right.
But you can kind of get a base sometimes, not stereotyping, but you can get a base of who you're dealing with before you.
I'm crossing my arms so you see this movie. That's to let you know. That's why I got it.
You trying to keep me out.
But yeah, when I saw you, I thought you was a serious cat.
Nah, man, I actually joke a lot.
Yeah, see, like
a lot.
But I never talked to you. I never had a chance to just.
That's
talk
what I say. People.
So
say I don't look approachable. That's what people tell me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just thought you was just a serious, just straight to the point, and we just doing this.
I can be.
Yeah.
But, I joke. You ask any of my boys on the team, man, like I'm gonna crack my jokes.
Jokes, yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I had of you, because like I didn't know, even when you walked in here, I didn't know. I thought you were gonna be like that, and I was gonna be fine. I was
gonna
work with it.
Yeah,
but then you started talking like, oh man, okay, he like that. I can do that.
I can talk to him.
Yeah, man. Like now, man. Like I actually planning on now. I want to come to the games and stuff. Like I want to support you too.
Right.
So like when y'all season come back up, like man, I'm gonna be sure to text you so you can send me the schedule. Right. And the days I can come. Right. I be struggling to get to that game. But I want to support.
Come to practice whenever you want to, or whatever how you want to do it, man. Man, the door is open.
Got you. But yeah, I want to support, because like I said, I'm all about helping the next man, and yeah, like I said, you gave me that opportunity too, just to even film at the game. You could have easily something like, no, I want no camera, because like cameras can be distracting. Yeah. I even knew that. So
you know what I think, man. I know some people want their gym to be certain ways, or I will allow, like if a teacher's out. And anybody watch, I'll tell them, bring him in the gym.
Really?
Because if I can't keep you from being distracted from this camera, this crowd, like we're not gonna make it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no way that if this little bit of 10 people over here, 20 out this class, or this camera, if this is bothering you that much, man, we got a
long way to go.
Yeah, we got other problems we got to deal with, and
that's why I never thought of that. Yeah, just to see where they at, like where your team is at, like can they focus
Right.
Yeah, during practice because they gotta focus because practice is important.
Yeah,
Wow.
it don't bother me because I was at a smaller school and we might have a whole class in there during my practice time, so I was like used to it anyway. And the kids, fine once you practice, they learn how to block certain things out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely tight. But yeah, I definitely want to come to the games and stuff. I ain't been in that gym in a minute. I think last I came was when I filmed. Right. That was the last time.
So you just use me up and left. See what I'm saying? We just got to talking about that. We just got to talk about that.
That's wild.
No, I'm messing with you. Man. I see you was grinding, man. Like I said, I've seen you in Alabama, this place, this gym, and that.
So when I was out there, I was playing too.
I do know that.
I was playing AAU as well. I was doing both.
Because I looked at Coach Thompson. Coach Thompson was at the time. I looked at him like, don't he still? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what is he doing here? That's why I said, what is he doing here?
Yeah, I was playing with them. I had certain games, and then I took advantage of the times that I didn't play.
Right.
Instead of sit around and.
Like I said, we was in Alabama. It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
Here you.
I was filming. And like even then, man, like I didn't know how this stuff was gonna turn out. Like I was confident I had a vision, but like I still gotta put in certain things, like work to make it happen.
Right.
And I always tell people, I was like, man, I was just as scared as y'all.
Right. Then you making these mixtapes for people, and they pay you like they want to look a certain like way. You know what I'm saying?
Then they didn't want to pay you. You a film them and don't want to pay you. So I was like, dang.
Nah, I keep it in.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then I messed up a couple times. I already gave it to him. Like, okay, thinking they just gonna pay me? No. 40. They couldn't pay me $40.
I bet you never heard from them again, did you?
Hey,
yeah, you know what, man? When somebody owe you, if you want to get rid of somebody, let them owe you.
Yeah, you right.
Let them owe you something. You right. You will never see him again.
I got a client right now. He owe me $3K.
Oh boy, let's go get him.
Hey, I got a client right here on $3K. Yeah, but money is money. Money is important, but it's
money is money, but it's your obligation that you give to whatever that is. Like you agree to that. If it's something that was out of your wheelhouse that you can do, you need to break up. Like that's something that should be discussed. Money is not we want it, but it's not the ultimate goal to have.
It's a tool.
Right, but my thing, if you owe me, I did a service for you.
Yeah, you gotta give me money. Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that. It's just money. No, it ain't just money.
At that point, it's principle.
Right.
Like I done worked hard, spent hours there, whatever. But
you duck and dodge me. But whoever that is, to owe him, man.
So you told him. Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah.
It is what it is. It happens, but
it's not happening today.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, how many? I know it's kind of personal. How many kids you got?
Kids, I got.
I know Zane. Do you got any?
Zane, I got my daughter Elena. She passed when she was 6 months old.
Yeah.
And then I got my son Cash. He's 4 years old. It'll be 5 March the 6th.
Okay.
And step kids. Deja, the oldest, and it's I call him Man. But him, he's in the middle one, and then it's Demario. Him and Zane are the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is Zane?
Zane in Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Northeast.
What year? It's probably second, third.
He tore his ACL.
Oh man.
So he medical redshirted his first year at Northeast.
Oh.
But when he got there, he was able to practice and get right into things. So it's like he's a freshman, but really he's had the full experience.
Right,
being
already.
Yeah, so I don't think he didn't get into his play. So now he's in the swing of things, and they play at Pearl tomorrow, Pearl River.
Okay, but yeah, I didn't know he was your son.
Yeah,
I didn't know that till a little later. But yeah, that's good to hear that he's still out there doing that too.
He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Then Tyler, he's over there at Northwest. He's doing well too.
Was he not at Northeast?
Yeah, he went to Northeast, and then
he transferred or something?
He transferred to Northwest.
Oh, okay. Okay, shoot. I remember. It makes sense. I remember. I'm going way back.
Okay.
you had well, you never did coach the girls.
As assistant coach.
Yeah, you never did coach the girl. I ain't gonna bring it up then. You never did. But shoot, man, I'm trying to think. I always ask this question. What advice would you have to me as a young person in this world? Like from your experiences, what advice you have for me?
As a man?
As a man, yeah.
On the road of trying to be successful, like you're gonna put pressure on yourself, but you gotta understand that you're already headed in the right direction. So don't put so much pressure on that you don't like what you're doing, that you lose your passion for it. 2, you are a man, which means you're gonna be flawed, and everything's not gonna work perfect. And just because you're a man, you're not gonna be able to fix everything. Some things is gonna take time to fix. Some things is it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I would say, man, and I think you won't have a problem with this one. Being complacent. Some men get to a certain stage of life, and you'll see it. I know people my age, and they still act like they're 20-something or 30. Like they never get out of certain areas of life.
Yeah.
Of how they act or what they do or how they go about life.
The philosophy ain't never changed.
It never. And I think one of the important things is like your path is your path. And just make sure that you, even like, I'm gonna tell you this now, every man is flawed. Even with flaws and all that, make sure you try to evolve the best way that you possibly can every day. I'll say that's the biggest thing. Because sometimes we get so hung up on what we're not that we forget that God gave us gifts and we still have those even in the darkest times.
Wow, yeah.
We'll say that.
Nah, I like that. All right, now here's my advice to you.
Please, I'm listening. Please.
Nah, it's crazy. Yeah, because I am that type of person. I attack myself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay, but I did that with basketball. Like, I'm not good enough. I feel like I wasn't good enough, so I need to do more. And that's why I say I used to injure myself just by practicing by myself. Because I feel like I need more. When really I did it. I just need to stop.
You just needed to.
So, yeah, that's why I said reflect. This past year, I had to do a lot of that. Like, I had to literally like stand in the middle of that floor and just look around. And ask myself, like, how many people my age are in this position?
Right.
It's not that many, especially around here. It really ain't that many. Like, so I have to really like, I'm okay, bro. Just keep doing send your emails out, go door to door if you have to, make your content, just keep it going. Right. So yeah, I definitely, this past year, I went through a breakup. And so like, that really had messed with the inside. Really messed up, cause like, I didn't want to do what I had to do, but I had to do it for them to see what they needed to see.
Right.
And it really messed with me for a while, cause I didn't want to have to get to that point. But that right there, it made me, like I said, it made me reflect a lot. Like, stuff is just if it's meant to be, it'll come. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna get into details about it. But
but one thing is, man, like as men, like we had this complex, like we don't supposed to have feelings or emotions about anything.
Yeah.
We suppress a lot of it.
Yeah.
And
I was one of them.
Don't let it. But I'm gonna tell you this: one thing about all that stuff, you can push all of it back for so long, and it'll come to a head somewhere.
Yeah.
And it can be at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So some things better just go ahead and just having somebody that you can trust in and like get something out or have something you can do to kind of get past some of those stuff, man.
Yeah. I realize every time. That's why I have certain people in my life, of course, that I can talk about certain things about, because every time I let it build up and it explode, never good at it.
Right.
Never. So that's why I be like, when I see people get mad, like, no, that's probably ain't the route. Now it depends on the situation, but
Right.
man, it just,
I'm telling you, it's me. I let so much stuff get to me. Like then when I'm over the edge, I'm over the edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not something that I'm proud of, but it's something that I want to be in more control of. It's like I'm in control until I'm not. But I'm really not. I'm just, like I said, preoccupying myself with something else, like basketball. Like all this stuff is going on around me, but I can just put my back to it and let me just face like this is what I'm busy with right now.
Yeah.
So I don't have to deal with it when, like I said, it's gonna come to a head somewhere. And, but yeah, man.
Shoot. But yeah, do you got any questions for me?
For you. All right.
I don't know if you thought of any. I don't know if I told you.
I'm good at this.
Oh crap! Because some people they get used to me asking.
Right.
Yeah.
Questions for you. I know you already told me from second grade you felt this way or that you want to do this, and you've accomplished those goals. So a lot of them. So at 24, what you are now, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years from now?
So at 34, what are you doing? And where are you at? And what does that look like?
So hopefully, my plan is to be investing by then. Definitely I want to own like properties where that'd be my, like all the income that I got from this, I put into that, and that's gonna be my stream of income where I don't have to work as much. I could do more of now, like helping. I could put time in more educating myself. I already do that, but like I can educate myself more and others. Cause that's I said it a long time ago. That is my biggest goal, is to help people. That obviously I pick and choose, of course, not just anybody. But 10 years, probably I wouldn't say a family, but if it is that, I won't be surprised because I'm be clearly 34.
No.
But if I have a family, make sure, because this is what this is all about, is getting my financials where I want it and I'm able to invest. So now if I have a kid around the time, I can spend time with them and guide them. I can be there, because that's what I had. Like, even though my dad worked a lot, he was there.
I got you.
And he got me through a lot. Just him, So seeing that, what he did, I want to make sure I got that too.
Right.
And put my kids in a better position than me. And even though, like, clearly what you see is really because of my dad. Like, of course, I edited and went to the client, but like, he's all here. This is him. I would say that to the day I die, So his goal was always to make sure that the next generation was us is better than him. And that's kind of like my goal too. So 10 years, if I have a family, that's gonna be the goal, to make sure all this stuff is situated. I got teams in place where they can shoot weddings if we still doing that, and corporate stuff. And hopefully by then have a drone company, because that is a plan I want to have. I own a drone company where we do inspections. They do kind of like the crop dusting with the drones, spray fertilizer, stuff like that. Because you can do that till the day you die with your fingers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hopefully have those three things going. And overall, just being a better person. Hopefully I learned a lot more than what I know now.
Right. That's the plan. Right?
Yeah. Just knowing a lot more and able to impact people, bring people with me or teach people.
I got you.
That's kind of where I see myself, having properties, having this build onto this studio, and stuff like that. So that's it. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
I got you.
If that makes sense.
I see it.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's why I've been working.
I smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So with that's you in 10 years. As a man, where do you see yourself in 5?
Ooh, I see. No, I ain't know this. As a man and 5.
As far as like, where do you want to be mentally? Cause I'm telling men and women, they mature at different rates. I don't know if you know this or not, or agree with it, but they do. It took me a long time to, like I said, I'm still trying to, like I wasn't playing about that. Like I'm still trying to figure things out, you know? And what do you see yourself wanting to be or trying to be as a man, like maturity-wise?
As a man, my mental. I want to be stronger. I want to say that. Like, yeah, people might say, yeah, you probably already strong, but I want to be stronger than what I am. I want to say more confident, which is crazy.
I get it.
I know, but more confident.
I get it.
Cause like what you see now, the type of content I made, I wasn't confident enough to do it back then. I got to the point where like, I could do this.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So I want to build the confidence side more.
Amanda said they never doubt themselves is a lie.
Yeah. But cause I feel like I got the strong will enough. I feel like that, but with the confidence, that's gonna grow. Yeah, just being stronger. I mean, it's kind of how I can put it.
I get it.
Being more intelligent.
Just mentally stronger.
Mentally stronger, yeah. Just being able to have the capacity to handle the people, because like teams and the business itself. And if I'm in a relationship, just having that capacity, being able to navigate it all.
Balance everything.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. That's what I can think of off the rip. Nobody never asked me that. Nobody.
So there? Why you should have came play that?
Yeah. He ain't gonna never let me down. I didn't know. I did not know. If I would have known, it probably, I don't know.
Hey.
Okay, I got this question. Okay. So you only really played against us like twice.
Right.
What was your scouting report against us? If you remembered, I know it was a while back.
I can tell you, this is, at the time, I was trying to figure out who we were.
Yeah, you had Minaj.
So
Cortland,
what I said to myself was, we're gonna be the best version of ourselves, and we can adjust within the game. Can they handle what we're gonna do for 32 minutes? Because we're gonna run and run and run, and we're gonna be deep enough to sub when we need to for who we needed to, and do that for 32 minutes, for sure. So, can they counteract or stop what we're gonna do? That was the first thing. Can y'all stop what we're gonna do?
Right.
And after that, it was more so, okay, who's doing what? Now we can adjust from there.
Gotcha.
So the game plan was to be the best version of ourselves coming in.
I bet. That's different.
Because if you, that's another thing, like coaches, like we try to be so smart. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That sometimes we forget. Like somebody's trying to like adjust for us. So somebody's not being them, their team and their team identity to like match up with me when I'm trying to be the best version of myself, which means I haven't changed anything. Like we are still who we are, but they're not.
Yeah, they didn't.
So when everything hit the fan, they trying to revert back to going back who they are, and it's too late.
Yeah, yeah, too late.
And sometimes it's not about the other ones. Sometimes it's about who we are and what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I know that's true because we.
You know, just like the whole thing. You know, if I worry about what you eating over there, I'm a star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things. In certain instances, like of course, there's gonna be times we got to break down. Okay, look, guys, this is how we got to play this. But a lot of times we're gonna be the best version of ourselves, and let's see what's happened And then after that, we're going to have our stuff in place that we've been practicing day one. Okay, we're going to run this defense now to see if they're going to do this. They're making this shot from this spot. Now we're going to run this defense to do this. So the biggest thing is like already have things in place.
Right.
Beforehand.
To adjust for,
Yeah, like you're not making an adjustment. It's part of what you do. Like that's your identity.
Yeah.
So you just adapt a little bit easier.
Yeah, because we only had maximum plays. We probably only had like 3 or 4.
Now I'm gonna tell you, we got 3,000 plays.
we didn't really.
I have to like bring a card out so I won't forget. Like this is for zone.
We didn't really defense. Like I said, he was all about hardening stuff. So we had a good about 4. Like I said, 4 plays. The inbound plays, the defense. So we didn't really play zone. Only time we play zone just to shock you. Like dang, they ain't playing full court. It's like a half court trap type thing.
No, I get it.
And then we love to do it. We used to love to do it because it's different. And of course, it shocked them. Like, dang, they've been pressing the whole game. Now we gotta slow it down and figure out how we can. So like, yeah. So then on offense, we're in this play called motion, dribble drive, kick out, and something open.
I get so tired of dribble drive.
So that was he drilled that in us. Like we had got so good at it. It was just we learned how to play out of it.
Yeah,
and stuff,
it was easy for me to defend at the time. You just hand them off. If you got a team that can defend well enough, you just hand everybody off.
Yeah,
I'm not finna chase you around. So we're just gonna just hand you off to the next person, and just like if somebody run flags, I am not gonna like chase you all around these. I'm finna sit there and just pass you off to the next person, bump the next person off.
And just like that, yeah.
And nothing's open. And then it's hard for you to pass to the next elbow because that guy's already there in the passing lane. Yeah. Yeah, man. But flex, there's so many variations. Like the people that's good at it, they know how to adjust and get back cut. But
see, that's the stuff I was trying to implement into it. Cause my senior year, I was like, we need to, like, okay, if they drive this side, they just sitting there. I seen it, and I was like, well, let's do something, make them move. So if we do drive, they turn their head, cause they could just watch, and they know we ain't gonna move.
Right.
So I was trying to get coach like, let's do like down screen. I don't care if it's simple, make them move.
Right.
Cause now if like you say you got 2 in the corner, 2 up top, and I drive middle, if y'all send down screen, they gotta move. Then that means his little help gonna he either gonna be there or not.
Right.
Especially if I get bombed. So stuff like that, I was trying to.
That's the thing, like
get coach like look at it a little bit, but he didn't want to.
A lot of things that we do, it's like I always gonna have like what you call a trigger, and that what I mean by that is that's how we're gonna start the play. Like that's not the actual play,
right?
It's just like you said, we might go do this or down screen or cross screen, but it's to get into whatever set that we're getting into.
Trigger.
That we trigger into, like this thing. If you hit.
Yeah.
Everything reaction happens after you pull the trigger.
Right, yeah.
So the trigger action is like if we do this, then also
do that.
The offense is actually coming in a little bit after that.
Got you. I ain't never heard. I don't think. Yeah, I have heard of that. I can't remember the name. What's his name? Is his name Bobby Brown? Is that a coach?
Bobby Brown.
Was that his name?
Hubie.
That's what his name. Yeah, he
used to be the Pacers. Got the glasses.
Yeah. I had heard him talk about that. I had like these discs of different types of coaches coaching certain things. He was talking about that, and that it was a long time ago. But yeah, that's another episode of Connect Media. And man, hey, I appreciate you having me, and I hope y'all like that. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. See you when I see you.